Welcome, air signs. Welcome to your reading. Thank you for your likes, comments, and subscribing to my channel. It's greatly appreciated. I really do appreciate that. So let's just jump right into your reading, okay? So what I'm getting here is that you have to believe in yourself, all right? Believe in the accomplishments that you've already made so far, okay? Have faith in what you've done. Like anything that you've succeeded in, you think that you didn't succeed, but these are so far your accomplishments, okay? So, yeah, you need more self-confidence for sure. You have a lot of self-doubt. You feel like you have like negative thinking, or maybe some of you have some addictions going on here. But yeah, you definitely have some negative thoughts against yourself. Like you're giving into your shadow self instead of working with it. You can work on it too, right? Work on your shadow self. You're giving into these negative thoughts, all right? Yes, that's subconscious. You have to go in and work on your inner child because it's really doing a number on you. You really feel like you can't do certain things, but you can. You feel like you can't be the best version of yourself, okay? You feel like you can't be the best version of yourself. All right, so we need to put an end to that thinking, okay? We have to put an end to that thinking so you can move forward, because even throughout the reading, you have forward movement. That's going to be the new beginning that's coming in. So there's no tower moment that popped up here, right? But I'm telling you, I feel a tower moment coming. There's going to be an ending to something, and it's going to force you to it's going to be an ending, but a beautiful new beginning, right? But I think it's going to come when you stop having all this self-doubt. You have to work on yourself first. There has to be a lesson learned. The lesson is stop coming down on yourself. Stop having this low self-esteem. And yes, easier said than done, but that's what you got to do. So I'm telling you what you have to do. And there's a conflict. Of course, there's an inner conflict, but I see that there's also a conflict you're having with either one person or several people, right? You have conflict here. It's big time. I don't know if it's because if they started it, or if you're feeling so overwhelmed, because you are. I'm getting that right here. You have a lot of burden going on here, right? There's a lot of burden on your shoulders, or like you took on some extra responsibility. You just have to assess your work or whatever it is you're doing. So if you're taking on too much, you have to assess what is more important. What's tasks or whatever, what have you. What is more important, and do those things. You're taking on too much. You're feeling overwhelmed. All right. Yeah, you're feeling overwhelmed. Just examine your lifestyle or your work, whatever it is that you're taking too much on. Excuse me. Just what is urgent? What is more important to you? All right. Maybe at work or even in the home, you need to delegate more, right? Delegate those responsibilities. Okay. But when you do work on all of that, delegating your relationships with people, because this is a big fallout that happened with some of you, with someone or a few people. Like you had a big fallout, like falling out. Maybe you regret what you've said in the heat of the moment, but there has been a loss here. There's been a loss, whether you've lost a friend, not death, we're talking about in an argument, over this conflict. So, but I do have good news. Once you do work on your relationships, work on yourself, honestly, really and truly and deeply have to work on yourself, right? This new beginning will come in, and it's going to be lovely because you have the Sun card, right? Which is like the best card of the deck, right? So everybody always likes to say. It is, though. It's a really good card. I'm not going to deny that. So that cycle will end, and a new one will begin, and it's going to be a beautiful one. You're going to have forward movement. Some of you might be traveling, right? But you have to start, once you finish working on yourself, well, you never stop, right? But you know what I'm trying to say. Start working on yourself. You're going to see the way forward. You're going to start planning, okay? That's the next step. Start planning your life out. What's the next step? What are you going to be doing? Plan it out and be happy while you're planning. Just say, this is going to happen for me. Like, you always have to live in the moment and go, this is going to happen for me. So as you're writing out your plans or you're journaling, whatever you want to do, you're just like, oh, this is going to happen. Okay, let's say work. You're writing something for your job. Like, I want this kind of job and I'm going to be doing this. Or you want to start your own business. I want to do this. Like, write it down, plan it out, and work on it. Like, take action so that it can come, like, it's cause and effect. Like, you're going to do something else comes into play. So you're working on your plans, then the effect is it'll come to pass in its own perfect timing. You have to be patient. Okay. Yeah, so your new journey will be brilliant. It's going to be lovely. You just need to sharpen your mind, have that mental clarity, set boundaries. I think maybe that's what happened here too. You didn't set good boundaries and people took advantage of you, But when you just got to set your boundaries, okay? All right, so you have to break old patterns. You have to let go. All right. I know it sounds repetitive, but I'm going through each part. I'm looking at it, and those are the things that keep popping up at me. So I'm going to say it multiple times to you. It clearly wants to come out. This message wants to come out. Look at this. I turned around and I saw the bottom of the deck. The bottom of the deck is still staying conflict here. So it's inner conflict, and you also have conflict with others. So you need to reevaluate your life, right? You have to reevaluate everything. Why are you getting in these conflicts? Why did you have this self-doubt, low self-esteem? You have to reevaluate everything. You have to reevaluate everything in order to move forward, okay? You're living in so this is your subconscious. So whatever this is, where self-doubt came from, I'm sure it came from a long time ago, maybe when you were a kid, or something happened along your path, even in adulthood. We pick up along the way. We pick up these things, so we have to work on them and throw them out. What did you learn from it and move forward from it? I know, easier said than done. I know that, but this is what the message is. So that means you got to work on it, or you're gonna be stuck here, stuck in feeling like you're. Look at this. See the chains? You're feeling chained up, okay? There's a lot of messages here for you, air signs. You're taking on a lot. You're not assessing what needs to be, what's more important. You're just taking on everything. It's too much, or you just took on a lot of responsibilities because maybe that's what you had to do, but maybe you have to sit down with this and take time for yourself. Maybe you feel like, no, but if I don't do this, who's going to do it? Because I'm the breadwinner. I will be put out in the street if I don't work, or you know what I mean? So if that's the case, if you feel like this has to, you have to do these things, like when it comes to work at least, then you're going to need time for yourself. It's so important. I know it sounds impossible, but you're going to have to do it. You need that time. You really, really, really need that time. I'm telling you, it's I'm telling you, it's you need to reevaluate. Maybe this is causing these conflicts with others, but regardless of what's causing the conflicts, you have to work on that. What is causing these things? Even if it's not the burden, something is causing these conflicts. You have to reevaluate everything. Yeah. You have to let go of the past too. I see that here. It's really time to move forward. It really is time to move forward. All right, you need to take on an energy of like the King of Wands, be enthusiastic, have this energy. You want to accomplish what you set out to do, right? And even if you have these accomplishments, you're not recognizing them. So it's time to recognize them. okay? You're going to be a leader. I think that's why it's screaming that you have to fix all this. I mean, you would have to fix it regardless, but I think there's an urgent message here to fix it because you're going to take on an important role, a leadership role, okay? Set good examples. That's what your role is going to be. You're going to be doing great things, okay? So you need to start to tap into your intuition. A lot of you are very intuitive. You've lost that along the way. Like, you're not tapping in anymore. You need to start tapping in, getting in touch with that and your emotions all over again. You're a creative person. Get back into planning. That's why I said plan. You have all these ideas. Just plan it out, Just don't go too far. I feel like some of you, what I'm getting is some of you might be unrealistic. So that fits in here somehow. I heard that. Some of you are unrealistic. So just get back on track. I just told the water signs that they need to work on themselves spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. All that is health, right? Spiritual health, emotional health, physical health, all that, right? You need to work on that to be balanced. So I'm getting a lot of imbalance here. But I'm telling you, the Sun card came out. This is fantastic. So when you work on yourself, when you get out of this being stuck or feeling chained in a conflict with others and inner conflict and all this turmoil and feeling defeated, just let your imagination go and let the pen flow with your creative ideas, your planning, everything. And just start to gain that mental clarity, right? And strength. So if you have to go, like I said to somebody, one of the signs, you have to go to the park because your house is crowded and noisy, go to the park and sit there and reflect and think and write down your ideas, okay? Because the Sun card is yours, okay? The Sun card is yours. Lay down some of that burden too if you can. If you feel like you can, I gotta work, then, like I said, take time for yourself. You really need to work on your shadow self. You gotta do some shadow work, all right? Because this role is coming to you. Some leadership role, some type of leadership role is coming to you, okay? Change your perspective on things, okay? All right? Beautiful air signs, that's what I have for you today. It's very important. It just keeps on popping out. Like I keep repeating because it's there for me to repeat. So you have to work on yourself. But until next time, air signs. All right. Bye.